four, three, two, one, go!
Yo, good evening, good people. Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. You got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. I'm Diego Barichnikov, one half of it. And I got my main man, my partner in crime, straight out of Hickory, North Carolina, also representing North Georgia. The 6 foot and under post-up champ. Tell him who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports, broadcasting live on a Wednesday, here to talk this sports with the homie. What's good, dude?
Everything is good. Everything is good. What's this, midweek? What's today? Wednesday? Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, we're coming to y'all from Hump Day tonight. But we appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Continue to check out the YouTube channel. Watch, like, hit that subscribe. I got a lineup this week. It looked like Hate got one too, so we ain't the ugly ass faces y'all used to seeing every week. Yeah. So go check that out. Follow us, leave us some comments there. And if those of y'all who don't have a TV or internet connection or a tablet or a computer, just check us out on the already clowning on the Spreaker app or on the podcast platform from iTunes. We're gonna get it together. Yes, sir. We're gonna get it together. We're hitting them corners too hard right now, but we're gonna get it together.
Yeah.
We'll get it together, baby. So that's what it is. Y'all know what time it is. We got some NFL news and notes to go over. Thought we was winding down on football, but some things are still popping off.
Football never really goes away.
That's true. No. NFL has been very smart over the last probably 5 to 10 years in being able to corner pretty much the whole calendar year with something. And that's actually a good business model. That's why they're a multi-billion-dollar business, the most money making out of all of professional sports. So, hey,
we're kind of in the speculation range now, though. It's not a lot of real shit, a lot of speculation. You know that's my shit. So
right. Yeah, we're in that little downtime, before free agency start, so we're gonna see. So we're gonna touch up on that, and we got some NBA news and notes as well. Of course, we're going into the All-Star break. We'll take a look at some of these teams and see what their second halves may be looking like a little bit. But to get started, like we always do, it's open bar. It's time for a little segment called Something Like the News. This is our little entertainment shenanigan piece of the show. Well, the whole show is really shenanigans, but the stories that we pull off of the internet from week to week. So we're gonna share some of those with y'all. We're gonna let Hate kick this thing off. He said he had no homework for us in 2 weeks, so he's ready tonight. It's the beginning of a new semester. Hit us off, Hate. What you got?
All right. Did you hear this story about this substitute teacher at Rand Road Elementary in Garner, North Carolina?
I did not. Share it with us.
Okay, this is another 45 supporter, and this person showed up at the classroom and went off on 4 minority children, told them that because they had athletic gear on that they were setting themselves up for prison.
Wow.
Told them that Martin Luther King actually committed suicide. I guess him getting shot in the chest on that balcony, that wasn't real. Said that anybody that doesn't support 45 is not a real Christian because he cares about God. Hey, man, I really think y'all got to start vetting these teachers. Y'all really got to start vetting them because some of this stuff is no bueno. Substitutes, normally all you supposed to do is come in there, put the video on, let the kids watch TV and go to sleep. That's it. That's all you supposed to do. When you start throwing your real opinions in there, that's not a good look for you. So from what I understand, this substitute is no longer allowed to work, but, they still got it in when they did.
I can imagine that the pool of what they have to pick from these days of substitute teachers has got to be, like, not all that great.
No, what do you have to do as a substitute?
A lot of the teachers ain't all that great.
No.
No, the substitutes. The substitutes are like the GED version of the teachers.
That's being kind.
Yeah, I am. But, hey, it is what it is.
All right, next story in regards to some schools. This is up in Chicago. Where is this at? Asia Gaines, a mother of a 9-year-old boy, reported that one teacher actually allowed her friend to beat the student with the leather strap. The young man must have been wilding out. See, I'm conflicted on this because we're old enough to remember back when they had paddles in school. You remember, right?
Oh, yeah.
Third and fourth grade, they had paddles. They could
Yeah.
go outside and get it to you. Times are
Yeah.
different now. Well, this woman allowed her friend, which don't make no sense. Like, you don't have deniability when you allowed your homegirl to beat this child. Well, nevertheless, they got locked up behind this. 9-year-old boy, and they said they made him go back to his desk and sit there for the day. He was crying uncontrollably. You can't touch kids nowadays. You just can't. That's not the wave nowadays. You can't do that. So they're sitting up in holding cells, and they're being sued right now by the young lady because they shouldn't have touched her kids. Next one up, an Oregon man, Curtis Bronner. Did you hear this about the Burger King for life thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, this young man got locked inside of a Burger King. How he get locked inside of a Burger King when the folks who work there are outside? He gets locked inside. The lock isn't working, so they slide a fly swatter in. Yes, this is legit. For him to get the door open, some kind of way he cuts his hand, and the manager on duty was like, "Cuz, we got you for Burger King for life. You good anytime you come here." Well, that lasted about 2 weeks. They
I'm
let
about to
him
say,
eat Whoppers
authorize that.
2 weeks, and then they cut it off, and the homie sued him. So he got $9,260, $9,026, which basically comes out to, for the next 22 years, he can eat a Whopper meal. Hey, man, I feel a type of way. If you sell Whoppers for life, long as I'm around, I need to be able to come get a Whopper on y'all.
Right.
Like, that's not for life. That's 22 years. What if I live longer?
No, okay, so I was just about to ask, are they giving him $9,000 in cash?
Well, they settled with him after the fact because initially the manager said, we're going to let you eat for free. They cut that off after 2 weeks. He sued him, went to court, and now they're handing him $9,000, which equates to one Whopper meal a week for 22 years.
Oh, so I got you. So you're saying he should have got more money?
I mean, they said for life.
What
What if I want to eat like 3 times a day?
And that's probably what that's probably what he was doing. They probably didn't expect him to come back as many times as he did. Now, I would have been skeptical if I'm him because it's funny you bring it up. I was in Wendy's a couple weeks ago, and this dude walked in. I don't know how the hell he got it, but he had a card that let him come get a free double stack like once a week.
How he get that?
I have no idea. So I would have needed to get something in writing or something because you know how these fast food jobs is. Them dudes could have been fired or gone to another job in 2 or 3 weeks. So,
that was probably a shift supervisor who told him, they ain't shit. They just got keys. That's all they got.
Right. The white shirt, not the gray one.
Right. That's it. So, yeah, he got the bag off of him, so he went on from there. What else we got? All right. The United States, the world, $43.4 billion was actually in revenue for video games. That's a lot of money.
Most of that shit is probably Fortnite.
Right. It went up from $36.9 billion last year. That's a lot of bread in video games. And it's probably grown dudes our age, old heads.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably more grown-ass people on the video games than it is like kids and teenagers.
Absolutely. That's a lot of $43.4 billion?
Because the way we sit up and watch ball and football, basketball, and look at it online and all that kind of stuff, you got people spending that much time and more on video games.
I just turned my Xbox on the other day after like a year.
I haven't turned mine on. I went to go get the new Madden 2 years ago. Not this past year, but the year before last. Whichever, I think was the one with Gronk on it, I think.
Yeah.
No, Brady. Might have been Brady. Anyway, I go to Target to get the game. I got the first Xbox, not the Xbox One.
I got 360 still. Yeah.
I got the 360.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yo, what a Madden for 360?" The dude laughed. He's like, "Cuz they don't make it for that no more. You got to have at least the Xbox One." And ever since then, I was like, "Well, fuck," because I refuse to pay $300 for a video game.
That's like $4, really.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
waiting on the
So
PlayStation 4 to come down to around 2 and some change.
I think you can get an Xbox for about that, right? About that. I ain't trying to pay no more than like 150.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not there with it.
Nah.
All right. A village in Russia is dealing with polar bears coming down into the village. I said that right, people. Polar bears. Polar bears are walking around, and the government told them you will be prosecuted if you shoot one of them. So a legit polar bear is walking around all around your house, around your kids, at the schools, and you can't do nothing
So I mean, what are
because
they
they're
planning?
an endangered species, and you can't touch them.
Oh, okay. I mean, 'cause I know it's some really cold Arctic areas like Siberia. Say Siberia is considered Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's cold as fuck up there. So you know, I can see why you would see polar bears, but maybe these are not in the common parts that they normally see them.
Yeah,
But I
no,
didn't.
they're not
I didn't
used to them coming down. No, normally from what I read, the bears are normally scared of humans. They ain't
Okay.
scared. You know, they just moving around them. Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, last one. This is in regards to some young hating Diego stuff. Imagine if you had deposited a check. This young man in England, shout out to his grandmama for shooting him a check for $8,900. Shout out to him. She shot him a check for $8,900. He deposited into the bank. They made a mistake. They deposited $8.9 million.
Hey.
Cuz you already know 8.9.
No.
We'd have been stunned.
No, I'm laughing because you must be looking at last week's notes because you did do that story last week.
I did. Yeah, man. I'm telling you the problem. When I be emailing them stories to myself, sometimes they don't come through fast. So then they
So you
pop up.
do it. I got
Yeah,
you.
and I'll put it on there because I'm like, okay, I know I ain't do that shit last week, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I did have. All right, I'm done then.
All right. And I do the same thing. I email them to myself, but I guess this week I imagine that I emailed the stories because I can't find shit. But I do have one.
Okay.
Some shit popped off at a bingo hall. This was a bingo hall in Canada at like a nursing home. Basically, this 79-year-old woman took the seat of an 86-year-old woman that normally sit in that spot, and it got popping. It turned into a fight. Then it escalated into a brawl to the point where police had to be called. Imagine being a cop and having to respond to a brawl at a nursing facility, 70, 80-year-old people fighting.
They actually put the chicks in cuffs?
I don't know if they arrested anybody. Didn't go that far, but
Okay.
it went far enough where they had to call the cops. So that means the facility workers and everybody on site, I'm pretty sure they probably got a security guard or two. They couldn't handle that shit themselves. No. They had to call the cops. So that was a lit bingo game. Must have been some real money on the table.
Hey, did you see Chapo got life and the government think they won? Y'all think that work not gonna keep moving? Y'all really think that?
Absolutely. They say he was in court looking confused, like what happened? Like, okay.
Hey, somebody told me that Trump planned on taking Chapo's money to pay for that wall. Where you gonna get Chapo's money from? Let's go to work.
Hey, you gonna die trying. All right, man. Let's get right on into it, man. NFL news and notes, man. The first thing that pops up right now is that Dak Prescott. Well, this is the first thing on our notes. This happened a couple days ago. Came out a couple days ago. But Dak Prescott does not sound like he's being too team friendly when it comes to this next deal.
No.
He's basically saying there's going to be none of that Tom Brady shit because everybody don't have a $300 million making supermodel wife like Tom Brady does. So I can't take all those pay cuts. What did he say for verbatim? Nobody's wife makes as much money as his wife does, Prescott said. When Tom Brady isn't the breadwinner in the home, then that's a great problem to have. So in that case, he can do that. He can do his contract however he want to do it. But to paraphrase it, I ain't doing it.
That sounds like a sucker move, don't it, bringing up that man's wife?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the question was presented in a way where it brought up Brady's wife, or it brought up the fact that Brady
takes less money.
Takes less money. And everybody knows it's because, Giselle make loot. Okay. So I think that's why he brought it up. If not, if he just brought that man's wife up out of the blue for no reason, absolutely sucking shit. And Tom Brady should see him in the streets, crack his head.
Brady ain't the type to step up to pull up on him though.
Nah,
Would he
he's
pull
not.
up?
He wouldn't. He probably wouldn't pull up, but he probably stunt on Instagram with his rings or something like that.
Okay. We've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks now.
Because we know it's coming.
We've been saying, okay, what'd you say, like 22, maybe 20 to 22?
Figure 2022 would be right in the range of where he need to be. They're talking
25
more.
is the max.
Absolute max, and that's really pushing it.
Looking at this shit here, I don't think Dak think about that 25. I think Dak looking at that like 28. I kind of get that feeling.
Okay. I mean, could be because, I can't say everybody knows because some people just do not get that way that the salary cap works. But, as the cap keeps growing, of course, player salary is going to keep growing. So I can see maybe toward the middle or later part of a 4 or 5 year deal where he'll be making 28 or so, maybe 30. Because we talked about it here a couple of weeks ago. We didn't think it was going to be any time. Well, no, you did say that you did bring up Russell Wilson was coming up. We didn't think anybody was going to be
about that.
Approaching Aaron Rodgers' contract. And apparently Russell Wilson could possibly meet or exceed that contract. So I could see his Dak Prescott's deal going up a little bit now.
I'm going off the top of my head. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Matt Stafford has one playoff win, maybe.
Now, I'll give him one playoff game.
He ain't got no wins, right?
I don't know about no win.
Derek Carr don't have no wins either, right? Derek Carr ain't never played a playoff game. He got hurt when they made the playoffs.
That's the year I was trying to think. No, he got hurt, so no wins there.
They making 28.
Jimmy
got 2 or 3.
Yeah. But some of that, but some of that is based on this. Do we think he's a prototypical quarterback? Blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. So, but I think
know who his agent is. That's a good question. Whoever Dak's agent is, that'll go a long way. Because if it's Jimmy Sexton, Drew Rosenhaus, one of them cats, Dak ain't taking 20. He ain't taking 22. So,
he already coming off top, so it don't sound like he even thinking about coming up short. So the Cowboys better just go ahead and, I guess, come with it. We'll see how those
we can fast forward to like March 10th, because this Cowboy shit is gonna be crazy. What they decide to do, but
now Dak still got one more year, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, he don't have the 5th year option because he was 4th. He's a 4th round pick. They can make Zeke wait, but Dak, I want to say he has that one. But I mean, would you play on the one? Well, technically, I would because Kirk Cousins did. He bet on himself. So,
right. I'm just trying to, because I don't think they necessarily have to do Dak's deal at the beginning of free agency because he ain't really a free agent. So
I don't think they gotta do neither one of them. I think the only one they gotta do is DeMarcus Lawrence.
Right. I mean, they definitely don't have to do Zeke right now. No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for the contract extensions, that we might not get a resolution or answer to that until later on, like in the summer training camp. For that, unless they surprise us and just go ahead and do it. But I would imagine they want to wait until after the league year starts so that money goes toward next year or something like that. But anyway.
What did you tell me on the side when we were talking about this Dallas thing? What'd you say? Dallas going to find a way to mess it up.
I mean, more than likely. Because Zeke talking.
Zeke said he wanted that bag before the playoff game.
Right. And I think he's doubled down saying he wants something done by the beginning of the next season. Can
you blame him? Really?
I can't. But is he willing to hold out? That's basically
what gonna have to. But you know what? I want to say we talked about this on the side too. If I'm Zeke, I wouldn't have said shit. I'm waiting till Lev get his money. I would have waited on that.
Yeah.
Because Gurley already got his. Lev is out there. I'm waiting on him. I ain't talking until he get his deal.
You trying to go highest paid? Because I think Gurley's deal is probably the benchmark right now. I think Lev is probably going to get
Lev gonna blow that out the water, I think.
What did Gurley get?
I mean, Gurley's deal didn't seem that big, but I want to say it was like $40 million guaranteed.
Okay. I think Bell is worth it. I'm just wondering if teams are going to hold against him to some degree that he didn't play last year. I think that's actually a plus that he didn't play last year.
That's more mileage on the tires.
Exactly, and he's only 26. But we'll see how this NFL goes. These owners and teams they like to have this brotherhood and kind of stick together.
They talk that shit till March 1st when somebody show up at Lev house with the bag, because he will get it early.
It's only going to take one team to set the market high, and then the rest of them will have to fall in line. But if nobody ever does, then it may draw out. So we'll see. Yeah, but I think he deserved it.
Absolutely. All right. This kind of happened fast to me. The Cleveland Browns signed Kareem Hunt to a deal, 1-year deal. Said it was about $1 million, but from what I saw, it was really around $645, which with game incentives.
Yeah, a bunch of incentives.
That happened kind of fast, didn't it?
Yeah, I was not expecting him to be picked up that quickly. I wasn't.
People, y'all do understand he's facing like 3 cases, not one. He kicked the girl. We got that, but he done showed his ass at 2 clubs as well. So, and I ain't talking about like the legalities. I'm talking about like the NFL shit to where they can sit you down from 6 to 10 games. 1 case is one thing. He might have caught 2 games off that 1 case, maybe 4. But you got 3 cases?
Yeah, but they're running concurrently.
How many you think you're gonna get?
Well, I can't remember what the other 2 incidents in the club.
Fighting in clubs?
Yeah, see that little shit like that. They don't really sit them down for a long period of time, if at all, for shit so like 6? That. I'm thinking probably somewhere in that 4 to 6 range.
That's a win for Cleveland if it's 4 to 6. I had 10 on my mind this whole time.
Yeah, he hasn't had any. This is like really his. Well, I can't say his first thing, but because he ain't been in the league that long. But
he really just showed his ass all of last year, just like all of last year.
Yeah. I can see they like 4 games for this domestic thing, 2 games. Well, you know what? If it's supposed to be a benchmark of 6 games for the domestic, no, I don't know. It's hard to say. But I'm thinking 4 to 6 games. I'm thinking 4 to 6 games.
When I hit you the other day about this, I was like, well, I mean, I don't understand because I like Nick Chubb with them. I mean, it's not a bad thing adding talent, and I think you told me everybody goes committee at this point, which is true. But I mean, for $645,000, why not?
Yeah. I mean, for that money, it's a no. It's a no. I ain't gonna say a no brainer because if you want to throw, I don't know how high up on your morale horse. I won't call it a high horse, but how high on your morale horse you want to sit. Some people think even paying him as little as $600,000, he shouldn't even have the opportunity to, try to redeem himself or come back and play in the league. And I can respect that, but I think that,
but that shit ain't real. Y'all need to understand talent trumps all
day, all day. Because if Ray Rice had been 3 years younger, he may have gotten another shot.
That 3 yards of carry fucked him. Because if he was at 4.5, 5 yards of carry, he'd have had a job. They would have kept him.
No. So we know what the NFL is about, and it's bad, funny, and good, I guess, at the same time, because you got all these people now thinking that this kind of stuff is new in the NFL as far as the slave owner mentality from the owners. Them can continuing to employ people with violent histories against anybody, including women. This has been going on for decades.
For years.
Yeah, so this is not new. This has always been the NFL culture.
Absolutely. All right, well, we've been talking about AB on and off for the last few months. Well, he came out officially. Was that Tuesday? Was it yesterday?
What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday or Monday.
Yesterday.
One of them.
Okay, so he came out and officially requested a trade via Twitter. He's free. Well, it's done. And I keep hearing people say Pittsburgh, don't let this happen. You need to make them figure it out. Hey, man, y'all can't make that man like being a sucker. You can't make him like him. Now, y'all ain't got to trade him. You really don't. He's under contract. You ain't got to do it.
He ain't free yet.
No.
But you don't really, you don't have to do a damn thing. But at the same time, if that relationship is unrepairable, if Mike Tomlin can't get in there and repair it, which it don't look like he can at this point, you can't afford to bring Antonio Brown back. And what for the last couple of seasons, they have had some, I guess, toxic or I can't think of the word. That locker room and that team has not been on one accord.
Not at all.
You know, for patches of the last couple of seasons. So you can't bring Antonio Brown back in there, especially you after not making the playoffs and losing the playoff spot that you really had and should have, you know, been able to hold. I don't think you can bring him back in that locker room. Now, what do they get for him? I think is the question, and we know what the deadline pretty much is. This March 17th date.
Yeah.
Before the cap hit or the dead money goes up, and when he's due a bonus, right?
Yeah. About $2.5 million, but I don't think they're stressing that. I mean, of course, $2.5 million is a good look, but yeah, I don't think they can fix this. They ain't got to trade him, but if he'd have showed his ass up and played that game, that last game of the season, I think they might have had a chance to make this work. The homie quit that last game of the season.
Right, and that's another reason they can't, because then it makes it look like the players are running things. Because if he can just not show up to work, pretty much,
basically,
and you bring him back, then you opening yourself up for some more shit down the line from him and other players.
All right, I got 8 teams on this list. It was actually 10, but I only put 8 because the other 2 I just don't believe it to be happening. New England and Cleveland. You guys are listed at number 1, the 49ers. And I got an NA by your name because you don't have a number 1 receiver in my eyes. Do y'all end up with him?
I mean, like I told you, I'll be happy to have him. Don't get me wrong. It's just when it comes to this domestic shit, with the history that we have with Alden Smith and
oh, that's right. We ain't even bring that up. We ain't been on since last week. He had that shit dropped this week or last week.
He got the reckless driving charge. That I think was yesterday. I think that was in the news.
He got that. He got that shit when he was throwing furniture off the balcony.
He was throwing the furniture, and then the shit where we talked about it, where he ended up pushing the baby mama over her wanting reimbursement for a hairdo or a haircut for the kid. We talked about that last week. Okay. So I just think the throwing the shit over the furniture, I think we could have dealt with. You know, the reckless driving.
Oh my God.
It's traffic. But the putting the hands on the woman thing, I'm conflicted if we're going to really go there, especially just coming off the heels of the Reuben Foster thing.
Reuben Foster had a lot going on, and Alden Smith had a lot going on. This is his first domestic thing, but you're right. I mean, that put John Lynch in a situation because, I mean, he cut this cat behind domestic stuff, so, you know.
Right, and it wasn't that John Lynch and Shanahan and the team came out and said, we're cutting him because of multiple offenses or whatever. They said anybody who has laid hands on a woman won't be on this team.
Right.
You know, and Reuben Foster got cleared the first time around. I think the team had a little something to do with it too, greasing that little lady's pockets. But after that, making that position, drawing that line in the sand, I just don't think that we'll back off of that and give up the necessary assets as well that it's going to take to acquire him.
One thing I've been reading this week, which is kind of interesting to me, I ain't been seeing offers. People been saying offers for multiple picks. I've been seeing 1 pick.
I think that's good, because the shit that we're probably hearing and seeing is, I think the best deals always happen underneath and behind closed doors, not the shit that actually plays out in the media.
Yeah.
So, who knows? The question I have though. Does Pittsburgh trade? I don't think they trade him within the division. So if there are any division teams on this list, and there are not,
that's a good point.
I don't think they trade him there. Somebody made a point on one of the shows I think I saw this morning that Pittsburgh might not even want to trade him in the conference because you don't want to have to see him immediately.
I was about to ask you that. That's a good point you brought up. All right, put your GM hat on. Are
Okay.
you trading him in conference? I'm thinking I'm making the best deal for me. If the Colts offer me a first, I'm making that deal.
If I'm GM, I'm playing it. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of both. What I mean by that is, I'm gonna try not to trade him within the conference to a contender.
Okay.
Or somebody that's good. The Colts, absolutely not. I don't care how much money Big Jim show up in the duffel bag.
You know he coming with that bag.
I'm not trading him there. I'm not trading him there because that's a team that, because we talked the other day and I said that would be a great fit for him, giving Andrew Luck another weapon with T.Y. Hilton. I think that would be a good fit.
You still got your GM hat on, right?
I do.
I'm Big Jim. I'm coming at you with a first and a third.
Somebody else will give me the same thing. Somebody else will give me the same thing. The only, from this list right here, you got the 49ers, the Cardinals, the Raiders, Packers, Dolphins, Washington, the Jets, and the Colts. I'm not trading them to the Colts. The Dolphins can have his ass all day long.
I trade his ass to the Dolphins today.
They are not the Dolphins are not a threat. He can go there all day long.
Arizona, too. Sure would.
Yeah, and that's in the NFC, but, that'd be cool. He can go there. The Redskins, okay, again, another team. Now the Jets could be a little interesting because they got a nice young quarterback. I don't know about Adam Gase.
I don't know about him at all.
I don't know about him. But the Pittsburgh Steelers will be very careful about trading him there because if Lev Bell also turns around and takes their money, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the running for him.
I'm starting to feel that now. They're going to end up with both of them.
If they end up with both of them, the Steelers don't want to see that, I don't think.
No.
Because the only hang-up for the Jets have been for years really is the offense. They typically have some pretty decent defensive teams for the most part. And they're young right now. I think they're getting better and better and better.
That's true.
But I don't know if they would trade him to the Jets either. Buffalo.
That would be my situation. If I'm the GM, y'all can have him.
Yeah.
That's like Siberia for an NFL player to go to Buffalo.
Exactly. So that's why I say I don't have to weigh. I definitely would prefer to trade him to the NFC, but within the AFC, it's got to be a team that I don't think is a threat to me, at least within this next couple of years where I still have been, where I think our window is still open.
Is that 2.5 going to make you move before the 17th, or you going to wait till June 1st?
I think I got to wait. I think I got to go ahead and try to trade him now. It's not that the fact that 2.5 is a lot of money.
And that's OTAs, too.
I'm not trying to cut another check to somebody that has pretty much blatantly disrespected the team in the media, not came to work. I can't cut him another check.
That's true.
So that's what Diego, the GM, would do.
What Miss Diego feel about this right now?
Oh, I've been softening her up all season. I had told her in the middle of the season, Lev Bell coming to the 49ers, right? So you don't have to come far. Then I've been telling her about Antonio Brown for weeks. She's like, yeah, whatever. I sent her the tweet. I sent her the tweet from his page, and I just got back a big no in all caps.
That shit's happening.
It's happening.
Right.
Now, if she burned that jersey that I just bought about a year ago, we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, don't burn the jerseys. I'm so against that. # don't burn jerseys. Just
Hell
keep
no.
them. Y'all gonna bring them back at some point. I mean, he done broke most. He gonna bring them back. Just stop. That's so lame.
And then this point too, it's just lame as hell.
Yes.
You've already spent the money on the jersey.
Jerseys cost like $100+.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not cheap.
And if you think about it, hold on to the jersey because at some point, guess what? You may be able to get it autographed.
Bingo.
And framed. You know what I'm saying? So, think long term.
That shit is so lame. Stop doing that, people. Stop. The name on the front matters, not the one on the back. All right, Kyler Murray decided to focus on being an NFL QB and spurns the Oakland A's. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. A lot of folks are like, man, why would he do that? NFL money is real. That's real money for a first-round pick.
And I'm not to interrupt you, but I wanted to make a correction because I made an error a couple weeks ago when we talked about him. I disputed the fact that he was a ninth overall pick. I thought he was a ninth round pick. He actually was the ninth overall pick.
Oh, he was that high in the baseball draft?
He was that high. So that definitely makes
good.
That definitely makes a big difference. So I did want to put the fact out there that I fucked up on that. But go ahead.
Okay, but you made a point on our side chat as well as when we were talking on the side ourselves. If he's maybe 21, 22, you go try for 5 years. This shit don't work out. You can go play baseball.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Yeah. Tebow just started at almost 30, and I don't think Tebow was drafted at all. Baseball, definitely not ninth overall.
He wasn't.
So yeah, I don't think Kyler Murray's gonna have a problem. Like I said, man, if he's gonna go play football, he's gonna be a first. If he measures at least 5'9", he's gonna be a first round pick.
Yes, and all y'all folks talking about, oh, he's small. Russell Wilson ain't that much bigger. He's really not. You're talking about an inch. If he's 5'10" and he's 5'9", he'll get drafted in the first round.
But Russell Wilson is more like 5'11".
That's what they say.
I think they say he measured at the combine 5'10" and 3/4. So he's like a quarter inch from being 5'11". So I'll give him 5'11".
Yeah. Okay.
5'11" and 5'9", that's a big difference. But like I was bringing up, I think we were both talking about it. I think it's changing a little bit in the NFL because you do have some smaller quarterbacks like Russell, Drew Brees, Baker Mayfield last year.
If you operating out a shotgun most of the time, what's the damn difference?
And these quarterbacks are moving around so much. They're doing RPOs. Some of them running, options. They're throwing a lot of screen passes these days. Right. It's the days of a 6'5" prototypical quarterback just standing in the pocket, not moving, are pretty much over.
Hey, if that 6'5" shit mattered, then Denver would have a quarterback, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Ooh. Shout out the glass.
We need to get him on about that, boy. Anyway, I think it's a good move for him. I think he's going first round. I'd be real concerned about the Oakland Raiders. They got 3 firsts. Mm-hmm. You think he gets past Miami? I want to say they're at 14.
Let me see. I want to see what he do at the combine. Because the combine.
What are you gonna do?
Combine makes the break.
Which is 25, like 20 times.
If he does that 20 times, then whatever questions are about his height don't even matter. If his little ass can bench 225 20 times, and I ain't even putting it past him that he can't. But sometimes the smaller dudes, they more compact and they stronger than some of these tall dudes.
He shot me down the other day when I said that shit.
Hey, I don't see it. I don't see it. Not 20. I think
they're gonna say he's coachable. He's a coach on the field.
If he goes in there and kills those interviews and says all the right things, come out there and got like a 38-inch vert.
What you think he run in the 40? I say like 4.4.
They're already talking 4.3, 4.4.
First round.
He's an accurate quarterback. So whether he decides to throw at the combine or at his pro day, I think he'll be able to show off his accuracy. I think for him, it's going to throw at the
combine. Most people don't do that. He might be the cat to throw at the combine.
Could be, because I think it would benefit him either way. Some cats I would not suggest it because I don't think you can. Some cats I think they may hurt their stock a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I agree with some of these quarterbacks during these years going through it at their pro day. You got your own receivers that you're familiar with.
Absolutely.
You're more comfortable with the surroundings and everything. But for him, I think it can only benefit him because if he goes out in the combine and he sucks, then that word going to start getting out. Then he's like, you know what? This baseball bat over here might not be a bad idea.
And Oakland will take him back. So, all right, we see which way that was going. The Carolina Panthers re-signed Eric Reed, the safety, 3 years, $22 million. That's a good look.
Yeah, that's a pretty good look. He played good for y'all, I thought.
Yeah, he did.
And about the half a season that he played 13 games.
Yeah, and he didn't get exposed the way you was warning me in the past game. Not as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah, but I mean, did they rely on him in the pass game as much? Or did they have him down in the box a lot?
No, but folks didn't really go at him when he was out there, though. I mean, he did have to do some coverage, but they didn't really go after him this year. So I think he dropped a lot of interceptions this year, from what I saw, at least 2 or 3.
Okay.
So he had
Right.
the one, but he dropped a good bit. But
Okay.
that's a good
But,
look. 3 years,
yeah.
$22 million. They got it done early.
Right. Stop drug testing that boy.
Yeah, leave that shit alone.
Shout
All
out
right,
to Eric. 49er for life, baby.
all right, Joe Flacco was traded to the Denver Broncos for a middle round pick. This shit happened earlier today, and I think I text you like, I'd rather be in Jacksonville. But then you hit me back like, same shit. Kind of is. But I don't know. I kind of like Jacksonville's defense.
I like the
Compared to
overall
Denver.
defense a little bit better, right? Because after Von Miller, Nick Chubb, Bradley
Chris Harris is hurt. Bradley Roby's probably leaving.
Right.
They done took some hits on that defense. Brandon Marshall's gone.
Brandon Marshall's gone.
Well, no
They
team,
drafted-
neither one of them have weapons. So you was right about that. He's like, neither one of them got weapons.
But as far as the defense, I mean, they drafted Shane Ray. I want to say first round.
He's gone.
A couple of years ago, he's already gone. So I do think overall, I think Jacksonville would have been a little better spot, especially with the division. Denver's in the division with the Chargers and the Chiefs. They ain't contending for that division. Sorry.
I want to say you hit me. Was like, what about Washington? And that made sense because they already came out and said Alex probably ain't playing next year.
Yeah, he's not playing.
So which way they can't be going with Colt McCoy. They can't do that for the year.
Did he break his leg too?
Yeah, he got hurt too, but a broken leg, he might be back for the season, but that can't be the plan. That cannot.
Broken leg, he should be back by OTAs actually. But I hope that's not the plan.
We talking about Washington though. So.
Yeah, they can't seem to get much of anything right.
No. I just don't like this. I mean, but you made a good point to me also. You was like, the air thin, he got a big arm. But who the hell he throwing to?
Yeah, and that's the only thing. Now, we'll see what they do free agency-wise, the draft. I don't think it's a lot of big wide receivers out there.
No. The free agent draft for offensive players really ain't good this year. I mean, the free agency pool, it's not good this year.
You know who they're going to end up with? They're going to end up with somebody like because he's probably Devontae Parker.
Or Devin Funchess, because we letting him walk, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so I think that's what they're going to end up with. They're going to be hovering around 7-9, 8-8 at best again, more than likely. But we'll see what they put together. But I don't have a lot of faith in John Elway.
I think we the only cats who've been talking this on Sports Talk about holding him accountable. We got to be the only people. We have to be. We've been saying this for like a year and a half, 2 years now.
What has he done?
Nothing.
I was tweeting Glass right before the show came on again. Shout out to Glass at Get With It Sports. That's our homeboy Urban Arena affiliate. But I told him, I said they had Brock Osweiler.
That was a first round. That was a second round pick.
Paxton Lynch.
That was a first.
You know, you had Case Keenum this year. You know, of course they had Peyton. They got the Super Bowl out of him. But that year he was dead. The year before that, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but that's when he was actually pretty good.
Seattle kicked his ass that game.
You know, they had Case Keenum. And then you tried to – this is the kicker for me. You wanted to lowball Cap, but you're going to take on Joe Flacco's big-ass contract.
Hell,
and probably have to cut Case Keenum and take a cap hit for cutting him.
They got $26 million as of today, right now at this time, committed to quarterback. And I don't feel good about now one of them.
Like, if you're going into the season with a quarterback competition between Case Keenum and Joe Flacco, I mean, bless your heart.
You ain't got shit.
And it's not that I don't even really want to shit on Flacco because I
like Flacco in some cases, but
I think he's still capable of getting you like 7-8 wins a year with the right weapons system, run game. There's got to be a lot of shit right around him. He ain't carrying a team nowhere. So let's not make that confusion. He's got to have some shit around him. And they don't have a lot of pieces from what I'm seeing right now, other than that young boy they got at running back.
There's one loser in this situation, just one. Vic Fangio. Now, I'm going to tell you why he's a loser. You done told me a few times They ain't firing John Elway.
Nope.
Gary Kubiak is his homeboy. They ain't firing him. So
Well, Glass corrected me on that. I forgot. Kubiak's gone. Remember him and his and his son.
They kept him. Oh shit.
Well, that was the talk that they were going to try to keep him. Maybe he was going to become the coach because they didn't want to release him at first to do any interviews for the Atlanta's OC. Yeah. They ended up letting him, and he's in Minnesota right now.
Oh wow!
From what Glass has told me. So
okay.
Apparently they don't have Kubiak.
Well, Fangio still will get fired because they ain't firing John Elway. John Elway got to touch a lot of people in the office, like a lot. And they still might not fire him. They'll send him away. But yeah, tough break. Where are we?
They still lucky that John Elway didn't cash in on that deal when he was a player that could have given him ownership, a piece of the ownership of the team.
He should have took that.
So they did. They probably want to give him, just let him keep a regular job, or as a thank you for that.
Absolutely. All right. I got the estimated franchise tags for the positions on here. I think it's the top 20 free agents. The cats who are underlined and bold print, I believe they're gonna get the franchise tag. You agree with them?
All right, let me get to the free agent page. Let's get to it. All right. DeMarcus Lawrence, I absolutely think he's getting the tag. Dallas got too many mouths to feed right now.
They do. And Dak ain't helping them, so
Dak or Zeke ain't helping them. Neither one of them are helping them. And which one you gonna say no to?
Right.
So there you have that. Let me see. I'm sorry, I forgot your question just that quick. Which ones I think are going to get the tag?
Yeah. Before. They ain't really got nobody else they need the tag, so I think he's gonna catch it.
What's the number? 17? Probably so. Even though right now I'm like, man, D4, man, you deserve a pay cut. Because if your ass doesn't line up off sides, the Chiefs are probably Super Bowl champions. Because that New England game is definitely over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't line up all sides, it's a wrap. They run the clock out after that pick. And I think they're going to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. But
right.
Like I said, they don't have anyone else to tag, so he'll probably get it.
Clowney?
Clowney is interesting.
They might let him walk.
I'm going to say the lack of information coming out of that camp or out from his camp and the team about that scares me to think that they may let him walk.
Because they still got JJ on the hooks.
I think, yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't think they'll be the same team without him. Because I don't think the back end of that defense is as good as it was maybe 2 years ago. And so I think they definitely need that double-edged sword on that pass rush because if JJ ain't on that juice, then, he can go down for 8 to 10 games at any point.
Yes, sir.
So,
all right. It's 2 cats on here from New England. They're going to have to choose between them, Trey Flowers and Trent Brown. They might let both of them walk. The way they operate?
I think they'll keep Trent Brown. He was a cast-off from us. Underachiever, for the most part. He's blossomed with New England. I think they can keep him, tag him, or lowball him. He's going to want to be around a winner. They're coming off a Super Bowl championship. And he played good at protecting Brady's old last blind side. So I think they'll keep him. I'm sorry, he's the right tackle, not the blind side. I think they'll keep him. Trey Flowers, they usually let the defensive end, the linebackers, they kind of let them walk.
They do.
They kind of let them walk.
All right, last one. I think it's pretty evident. Grady Jarrett's catching that tag.
Yeah. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that one. I'll let you take that one. I don't know.
I kind of feel like he's going to catch it. I think they're going to let Vic Beasley walk. Because I want to say he's free. So, but Atlanta –
They got to cut Vic.
Okay. Atlanta has some shit to figure out. They really do because we've been talking for the last couple of years. I mean, they putting some points up on offense, but you got to pay that defense. Right. Keanu Neal might have a low number because he got hurt last year. We both said they're gonna let Beasley walk. Grady Jarrett probably gonna come in wanting that real bag that D tackles get who ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they can keep him, and Julio is lurking. You got to pay him.
How about to say they're cutting a lot of people right now? They cut Robert Alford. They cut Brooks Reed. They cut Matt Bryant.
Yeah.
In a year where field goal kickers cannot make shit, Matt Bryant went. Now he got hurt a little bit toward the end of the season, but he has been probably, if not the most consistent kicker, one of the top three.
One of the most consistent
for years. Now he's been playing in an indoor controlled environment too, so let's not take that out of consideration. But he made 20 or 21 field goals last year. I think it came down to his money. I think he was gonna make like $5 million this year. And they're trying to get as many
guaranteed production. It ain't bad in the NFL though, considering what a lot of these kickers did last year.
But I think they're doing that to free up money is what I was getting at. To free up money to pay Julio, to free up money maybe for Jared. Ain't really nobody else I think that they need to pay right now.
Don't it feel like ain't Keanu due?
I hope not, because I don't think he would get the best deal coming off of that injury.
Nah, so we're in agreement. He's Grady Jarrett's catching that tag.
Yes, I don't see anybody else they gonna tag.
They letting we're pretty confident they're letting go of the running back. What's his name?
Oh, Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman's gonna walk. Hell, can they cut Devontae Freeman right now?
Absolutely.
What type of cap hit would they get though? I mean, I know you don't know off the top of your head, but
I can look it up right quick. It won't take long. But now if they're gonna cut Devontae, then they need to re-sign Tevin.
Which one would you keep? That's tough, ain't it?
One got lower extremity injury problems. The other one got concussion problems.
That's true.
I
like Freeman better though.
I do like Freeman better. He's a little bit more power. Yeah. And then and with Tevin on that open market this year, he's probably going to get more of an offer from another team than what the Falcons can really afford to pay him. Especially if Devontae is going to be back in the fold and 100% healthy for the first time in essentially since they went to the Super Bowl.
Since he signed the contract.
Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right.
It's not that man's fault. He keep getting knocked the fuck out, man. We can't hold that against him.
Yeah, but how many times can he get knocked out before it's time to shut that shit down? Before it's time to shut it down. All right, so let's see. The best time for them to get out of Devontae Freeman's contract actually would be after this season. That's the potential. Okay. If they do it this year, they're looking at a $9 million cap hit.
You might as well keep him for that. I think he's making $8.8 million as a starter, so you might as well keep him for that.
Yeah. After next year, it'll only be $6 million cap hit. So
get yourself prepared, Devontae. It's coming. Winter is coming for you.
Yeah, so I think they keep him this year, and Tevin walks.
All right, let's run through this last bit of NFL. I put down the off-season recommendations from ESPN for both of our teams. I'm gonna go on my Carolina Panthers. Address tackle position. I agree. Find a free safety. I definitely agree. Mike Adams is old as hell. Add an edge rusher. I agree, because Julius Peppers was old as hell and he's gone now. Decline the fifth-year option on Vernon Butler. I agree. And draft a replacement for Ryan Khalil. I absolutely agree. He's a lot of stuff right now.
He ain't that old, is he?
Yeah, he got to go. Ryan Khalil actually retired. He need to take his brother with him. And another off-season recommendation I got to add, Cam Newton shut down that YouTube page. Shut it down.
Well,
we don't need to see.
Well, he's got a YouTube page?
Yes. Going over his journey for his shoulder and getting back right. Hey, man, be quiet. We don't need that shit.
Really? Dude.
Shut that shit down. Shut it down, Cam. We don't need that. So that's all I got. What you think about what they said for y'all?
I mean, ESPN, man. You got a lot of buffoons over there anyway. Steve, I'm just saying, man. Stephen A. Smith ain't part of this list. Did you hear that fool the other day? Off topic. He said Dwayne Haskins is a running quarterback.
He don't know shit about football. This
That
the
dude
same dude that said
100.
that he's the same one that said that dude, the tight end for the Chargers, who been out all goddamn year, he was gonna be a vital part to that first round playoff game. He ain't
Yeah,
played all year, and you said that shit, man. Yeah,
yeah.
basketball, homie. Stick to that.
I mean, Dwayne Haskins ran for, I think, 110, 108 yards all season.
Yeah,
All season.
he
But
don't know
here,
shit about football.
he's a running quarterback. I mean, he's
Absolutely.
just hot take clickbait
Whole lot of
reaction
them cats are.
at this point. And he didn't used to be that way. That's what makes it so fucking frustrating. He didn't used to be
I
that way.
like
But
him basketball wise. I
basketball,
do
you know
like
what?
him that.
Yeah. That's really
But
his
football,
home right there. Yeah, that's really his home right there. He just kind of forced to do the other things because of the kind of
for sure.
where he, right. But as far as I've been saying get rid of Pierre Garçon since the
Yeah,
beginning
you've
of the
been
year.
saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely done. Gary Gillum, I think that's a lineman if I'm not mistaken. He's gone. Malcolm Smith, he ain't did shit for us since we signed him. He didn't even play last year because he tore his pec.
Since the Super Bowl.
This year, I think he started off injured and on the injury list, and he was supposed to be one of the veteran leaders, because he played with that Seattle team. He's supposed to be one of the veteran leaders to kind of lead that linebacker core after the Reuben Foster fiasco. And it ended up being Fred Warner, which is a late round pick, a guy that we weren't even really counting on to play big snaps at the beginning of the year. He's the one that took over the linebackers in the defense for that front seven. So I think they were going. I think we're going to let him walk as well. Now, when it comes to the rest of this, I want to keep Robbie Gould. He's a damn good kicker. He's consistent. Using the franchise tag on the kicker is always a little weird to me, but quite honestly, who else do we have to franchise? Nobody.
That's what they said in the article. They said, they ain't have nobody else to franchise, so why not?
Exactly. So if they're going to let him walk, please call Matt Bryant and call him now.
He going to get a job quickly.
Yeah. He old as hell, but kickers kick for a long time.
Yeah.
Pursue a cornerback in free agency. I don't think we will because cornerbacks in free agency cost a lot of money. I think we'll probably draft again, but I think toward the latter part of the season, we had some corners that started to play a little bit better. We depended on Ahkello Witherspoon the first part of the season to really become the number one. That didn't work out so much, but he got a little bit better as the season went on. I think we're going to go and get Earl Thomas.
I was just about to bring that up because Sherm said he sees himself moving to free safety at some point. But if y'all bring in Earl, you ain't got to move him.
Right. We don't have to. So, but I still think that'll be good. I think Sherm needs to stay at cornerback. He ain't ready to go to safety quite yet.
Yeah.
I think next year I want to see how Sherm looks because it'll be a whole year removed from that Achilles.
It normally takes 2.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that'll be a lot better. And if we compare him and Earl back there together and try to if we can just recreate a smidgen of that chemistry that they had in Seattle, I think that'll go a long way because we got a young secondary that's really inexperienced and they make a lot of mistakes at times, but they play hard.
That's all you can ask for in most cases, that they play hard.
Yeah. There's a Jimmy Ward. I like Jimmy Ward, but I think we're going to have to let him go because he just stays hurt all the time. He stays hurt all the time, so I think we're going to let him walk. Final weak side pass rusher. I'm waiting for that number 2 pick because Nick Bosa, Josh Allen, whoever it may be, I think we're going to get our future pass rusher in this draft.
Yeah.
I wouldn't spend a lot of money in free agency on one, even though we kind of need one desperately. That's another position that requires you to pay a lot of money. And I'm trying to count my pennies because we got Jimmy making a whole lot of money, and Jimmy ain't proved shit yet. Other than he can get chicks.
Heard about that this week too.
And hold on to Nick Mullins. Absolutely, I think we should. Very cheap. He showed he proved himself this season. Better backup, I think, than C.J. Beathard. He ran Cal Shanahan's system way better than C.J. Beathard did. So
right, keep it 100 with me. Keep it 100 with me and keep it 100 with the people. How many games Jimmy Garoppolo start this year?
He better start off 16. No. No. Let me not say that.
How much confidence you got in him starting 16?
15. He'll start 15 games.
Okay.
Because week 17, the last game of the season, we're gonna be sitting because we're gonna be sitting at home field advantage, and we ain't
Boy,
gonna
stop.
and we ain't gonna need that game.
Boy, stop.
Let me break it down for you.
I'm listening.
We're gonna get Nick Bosa because the Cardinals are gonna trade out of that pick. Kyler Murray is gonna go to the combine and he's gonna blow it out. And somebody is gonna be stupid enough to trade some assets to get up to that number 1 pick to take a quarterback. They always do. They always do. So Nick Bosa is gonna fall in our lap. We're gonna sign Earl Thomas, and John Lynch is gonna be proven to be a liar, and we're gonna trade for AB.
Hey, if all this shit happens, I'm not coming to work. Let me see what day that'll be. Let me pull up what day, because free agency falls on a Wednesday. Yeah, I ain't coming to work that day. I'm telling you now. Y'all get all that shit, I ain't coming to work. I'm calling out. You're doing the show by yourself. We're not doing a 49ers victory lap, and I'm here for it. That ain't happening. So,
man, but you can't never tell, man, because the Rams won March last year. They got all the way to the big game.
They got that Super Bowl.
But they didn't win it. So, we'll see.
That's a dark horse right there for AB to me.
The Rams?
They'll figure out a way. They're aggressive.
The owner will cut the check.
And it's always a team we don't expect that gets the cats that, we ain't looking for. So we don't know what's going to happen with AB.
No, if I'm the Rams, though, I focus more on defense.
Well, they got to figure out Sue to lead. That's another discussion. All right, let's run through some NBA real quick. Last week I came on here and I was feeling a type of way about Kevin Durant. Well, I need to come back and apologize because I believe he was actually right in this regard. He said that his issue was with the local media reporting foolishness and not, keeping it 100. I'm with him on that.
Okay.
If they're telling lies, I'm big enough to say that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I felt like it was a sucker move last week, going off the way he did. But if they're lying, I mean, you know how we feel about speculation.
Right. And remember, I told you last week I was 50-50 because I don't agree with how he necessarily went about it last week or how he has tended to go about it. And just his overall tone and demeanor about it just kind of seems
That's
bitchy.
What I don't like.
You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with him because, if I think I brought it up last week, if you got a beat writer or a local writer coming into the locker room and don't even talk to him or nobody and then go write a story, yeah, I got a problem with that, and I can see why he does too.
Yeah. So, shout out to him doing the media run the other day. And I look forward to him having a Knicks jersey in July. All right, big dog. Which one is more impressive? Westbrook's 10 triple-doubles or Harden's 30-point streak?
Westbrook's 10 straight triple-doubles.
You think so?
Yeah, because, you look at Harden, and he's got the ball in his hands all the time. The league, nobody plays defense in the league no more. You're scoring 110, 20, 30 points a night. Somebody got to score him. He's going to the free throw line 15, 20 times a game. They letting him travel.
Yes.
I think Westbrook's is a little bit more impressive to me.
And what's that dude's name down there? The GM, Morey. They don't play defense. They was up 25 points on national TV Saturday and got hawked down. They don't play defense. If you take Harden away, what do you have? Y'all need to look at that damn coach because he don't do shit. Coach Open Gym. We've been saying it for a while now.
Just roll the ball out.
Roll the ball out. All right. Is there any person more delusional right now than Danny Ainge?
Hey, Danny Ainge is smoking that good right now. What did Denzel call it on American Gangster? The Blue Magic.
Yeah.
Danny Ainge on that Blue Magic right now.
If he really thinks that they're still engaged, him and Kyrie Irving. I had a topic, and we ain't got a whole lot of time to talk about it tonight. Don't it seem like right now there's a war going in the NBA between old heads and the millennials?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because Kyrie is falling in that old head, but he's really not an old head. And LeBron is falling in that old. LeBron kind of is an old head. He's what 34.
LeBron an old head.
But Kyrie is kind of in that old head range with them because he want them to follow him. Them young boys made the Eastern Conference Finals last year without him, and he hurt again.
Right. But when we was 30, we thought we was old heads at the time.
Yeah.
But but he's got a lot of experience. He's got a championship. He's seen a lot, and like I said, we've seen just a little bit of growth from Kyrie.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
when he came out and he acknowledged, hey, I had to call Brian like, okay, my bad. This shit is a little bit harder than I thought it was. I see where you're coming from now. I see where I was wrong.
Yeah.
But if I'm Danny Ainge,
you should have traded him last week.
Maybe yeah.
We talked about it in a sense, but cuz what we said we would do, we was honest. I got $190 million. Are you staying or not? Look me in my eyes. Are you staying? I don't know. Cool. No problem.
But I think the fact that Kyrie came out really last summer, or maybe even during the season last year, pretty much saying, I'm going to be a free agent because it just financially makes sense for me.
It does.
But he didn't do it in a way that made it seem like he was going to leave. It made it seem like he wanted to stay. He just wanted to make sure he maximized his money.
Yeah, he said it. I mean, he went in front of all them season ticket holders like, yeah, if y'all have me.
Hey, but shit changes.
No problem
with that. The fact that Danny Ainge came out with this, to me, this is a hedge your bet statement by saying we're engaged. Because if shit don't go right, all you gotta do is come back and say, well, the engagement didn't work. You gave the ring back.
Hey, I'm looking forward to hanging a New York Knicks #2 behind me on the wall around July. I just don't know, cuz. I really don't know. And Kyrie, we talked about, we don't know what he's going to do. We're talking about Kyrie Irving.
Anybody that thinks the earth is flat, you don't know what they're going to do.
At all.
But we ain't tackled it. And you mentioned it. You asked me, and I'm going to throw it back at you. Are you concerned about his continuous history of knee injury?
Yes, I am. I am.
Okay.
And I'm not concerned as a Knick because they ain't got no choice. They put their chips in the middle of the table. But if I'm Boston, you're going to let Terry walk and you're going to sign him up, and it's the knees over and over and over again. But they ain't got no choice. You traded away rotational players and a pick. Boston ain't got no choice. They got to sign him.
I'm gonna put this out there for you. Chris Paul always get his hamstrings hurt at the wrong times.
Yeah.
Kyrie hurt his knee in the finals.
Same time. Either before or right after.
He hurt his knee right before the playoffs last year.
Yep.
And here they are. See, last year they had the luxury of being the 1 seed pretty much the whole regular season.
Yeah.
This year they battling 4 and 5.
Yeah.
They might want to get out of that 4 or 5 spot because that means if Philly don't go up, they got to play Philly first round.
Right.
I don't think they want them problems.
Nah.
If they don't have a healthy Kyrie.
But you know what? But you know what they got working in their favor?
What, a leprechaun or some shit?
Gordon Hayward coming to save them.
Oh.
Yeah, let's get off that shit. I was just playing.
They are stuck with that contract like gum to the bottom of a shoe.
Yes, sir. All right. The Lakers lost to the Hawks last night. Like third quarter of that game, I was like, man, they're gonna win this shit. Hawks gonna win. They came out tonight, so this question is kind of moot, but they said that Luke Walton's job is safe. I don't think it's all his fault, but that type of loss there, when they already got their ass whooped in Philly on Sunday, they had took a couple in between there. It seemed like the right time to make that move, but I don't think it's all his fault. I really don't. I
don't think it's all his fault.
I don't like his rotations at all.
He just can't seem to figure that shit out.
No.
But and Lonzo, I think Lonzo being out, LeBron being out, trying to work his way back in, Rondo being in and out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Josh Hart hurt again. I think a lot of that has something to do with it too. But as far as them firing him, I disagree just for the simple fact I think at this point in the season it's too late.
Right.
Now,
Right.
I did agree with your point though, because I didn't think about that. Because I'm in the mindset of if you fire him, who the fuck are you bringing in?
Right.
But
Right.
they do have B. Shorter.
Yeah.
So that is a contingency plan, to a degree if they went ahead and did it. But I just
They
think
2 games out the playoffs right now. And you said they don't
right.
play again until the 21st. That's a long time. I meant to pull up their schedule, but
Mhm.
they got to get on the
That's,
ball at some point.
that's a long time off. Last night's loss, it was bad. But I think it's time for them, especially after this whole trade deadline shit. Like I said, I think they just need to get away. I think they need to recharge, refocus. Everybody knows that they're going to be there now. No more hanging over your head of whether I'm going to be here or not. For a young team, I think that could definitely affect how you go out there and play. Defensively, right now, they're not playing good. I think that'll help once Lonzo get back. They definitely miss him on the defensive end, I think.
I really like Kyle Kuzma.
Hey, man. Kuzma is a baller. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't as high on him. I wasn't as high on Kuzma as you were last year. I still liked him. I thought there were some things that he needed to tighten up on. I think he's a little undisciplined at times.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to get to the point where, like, he scored 40, whatever he scored the other night, and they lost. I don't want him to become a volume scorer in losses. Then it's not as effective.
You know, one thing I've been noticing the last couple of weeks, and because we've been watching the boy for a while, Brian body language. That shit ain't been good last 2-3 games.
It hasn't. It hasn't really been shooting a lot.
No.
I personally don't think he is 100%.
I can agree with that.
He ain't exploding to the hole. He just pretty much kind of standing on the perimeter. And last night you really saw it because he's just standing on. He's just really just distributing the ball, which he can do and do it very well. But I don't think he's right. I don't think he's right.
I'm with that. All right, we can hold number 5 for a while because we can talk about that after the All-Star, right? Let's get ready to get up out of here. All right, All-Star Saturday night. Who you got in the 3-point contest? I'm gonna take Steph because he's at home.
Well, okay, we can tackle that later.
Yeah.
But the All-Star weekend is this weekend, right?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. 3-point contest. We got Chris Middleton, top 5 pick in the All-Star game. What's up, Chris? Steph Curry, Kemba Walker, Dame Lillard, Dirk. I'm about to say that's Danny Green. I'm about to say, what the fuck is Draymond Green doing?
Oh, man, I ain't even think about it. Yeah, that's Danny.
All right. So Seth Curry. So the Curry boys are both in there. Devin Booker, Joe Harris, Buddy Hield. Hey, whoo. Of course, everybody's going to want to see the Curry brothers battle in the finals.
They home.
And they home. I don't think it's going to happen. I am going to go. I mean, you got to go with Steph, man.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm going to go Steph, Devin Booker.
I was about to say Devin Booker would be my next choice.
I'm going to go Steph, Devin Booker in the finals.
You think old man Dirk can get it done?
No.
Okay.
Just like that.
All right, dunk contest. Who you got?
So we got Dennis Smith Jr., John Collins, Miles Bridges, and Diallo.
I'm going Miles Bridges.
If Dennis Smith Jr. don't win this dunk contest.
Hey, bro, have you been seeing Miles Bridges?
I haven't. But I
didn't know he can jump like that. I don't remember him doing none of that shit at Michigan State.
I'm about to say he's like 6'10".
6'8", somewhere around there, but he been booming on everybody.
Okay.
I don't remember him jumping like that at all at Michigan State.
Am I giving him too much height? Is he not 6'10"? Because that's why
I think it's like 6'8", 6'9", somewhere around there.
That's a little bit better, 6'8". But I just think when you get to 6'10", in a dunk contest, your dunks don't look exciting. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just do some outrageous shit. I like the smaller, medium-sized guys, if you can call a 6'5" dude medium size. But I like them better. I like them better in dunk contests.
I'm gonna tell you what I want to happen, and that shit ain't gonna happen. But I want Vince Carter to show up at like 40 and win that shit.
Yeah, Vince, he can't get up like that no more.
That would be so dope, wouldn't it? Old man Vince coming out there in the dunk contest.
Did you see last night at halftime of the Hawks game? Him and Dominique Wilkins was sitting down and going over each dunk from that dunk contest that he won. Was that 2000?
That was 2000, cuz.
Yeah, that was 2019. We old as fuck.
Yeah.
But no, it was just dope to see him and Dominique sitting down and chopping it up about those dunks. But no, Dennis Smith Jr. should win this shit. John Collins, I like. I want to say him and Miles Bridges probably around the same kind of guy. I just don't know what they're going to be able to bring creativity-wise in the dunk contest. That's the only thing I got a question about.
They're in that Sean Kemp era where they're 6'10", and big dudes don't normally – well, Dwight Howard kind of broke that mold, but big dudes normally don't win the dunk contest. They really don't. Sean Kemp was balling for years in that shit, but he never won it. So,
and then I'm trying to think who else around that.
Larry Nance in like 80 was like 6'11", but big dudes normally don't win it.
Sabalas was like what, 6'8", 6'9"?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, big dudes don't really win it.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got. We're gonna see what happens after the break. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Go from there.
All right, absolutely. Good show tonight, people. We appreciate y'all tuning in as always.
Yes,
and we had have fun tonight, man. Have fun tonight.
Absolutely.
I think we both pre-gamed to a certain degree, so that always makes the show go along just fine. Sir. That's why we call it Straight Sports No Chaser, baby.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Hay.
Oh man, I gotta bring it up. We didn't bring it up last week.
Okay.
Eddie Robinson.
Oh, yes.
Black History Month too.
Yeah.
Eddie Robinson passed away. I want to say last Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday, yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday. One of the only. I want to say he's the only person that ever won an NL and an AL MVP. Played in both leagues. Shout out to him, a pioneer for the African Americans in baseball. He got that done. So we missed it last week. We always miss shit and we hit each other after the show because we forgot. Always happens like that.
This is why we need a production manager.
Absolutely.
It'd be funny because I'll be writing shit down and still forget to bring it up on the show. So again, when you independent, this is how it goes sometimes. And I got one more thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Did you hear this shit that Matt Patricia tried to deflect the Hard Knocks to the Raiders, right?
I want him fired.
He said, I think the Raiders should be the best look. Now, these are there are 5 teams who can't decline.
We're on that list. Carolina is.
You're not.
Oh, we're not? We ain't did Hard Knocks?
You haven't, but the requirements are, if you have a first-year coach or if you haven't made the playoffs in 2 years.
Oh, okay, got you.
Then you can't. It's some requirements, but y'all not on the list. The 5 teams that have to do it if the NFL is saying you doing it are the Lions, the Raiders, my Niners, the Giants, and the Redskins. Now, for the best TV,
Raiders.
It's definitely not the Lions.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the Redskins. These other 3 teams are intriguing.
Washington?
No, I said Washington. I said definitely not Washington.
Okay, got you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, not Washington, not the Lions. Neither one of those.
Okay.
The Raiders are intriguing because we don't know where the fuck they're going to play.
No.
All right. And there's plenty of storylines there with Chucky and the removal of Mack, and you got Derek Carr and blah, blah, blah. All right. 49ers got some headlines. Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy Garoppolo coming back, Kennan to be back. You got Sherm there, which is pretty much good TV.
That's a soundbite at all times.
If we sign Earl Thomas and or AB, Nick Bosa, that could make us very entertaining TV.
Y'all gonna get it.
And then with the Giants, Odell Beckham is the biggest. Odell Beckham is the biggest rock star. I'm not ready to go in sports yet because you still got basketball players that are a little bit bigger, but he up there. He up there. He is up there.
Who bigger than him? Who bigger than him right now?
In football?
In general.
I mean, in general.
Odell's a star, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, you got, Steph, LeBron, KD.
Well, okay.
That's basketball.
Not that tier. Because them guys, LeBron and Steph are there, but below that tier. Who's bigger than him?
That's what I say. You really can't put basketball in it because they marketability. You see they face all the time. Their marketability is totally different. Football wise, nobody.
That's true.
Nobody's bigger than Odell Beckham when it comes to rock star status in football.
Yeah, I agree.
Jalen Ramsey got the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to see Jacksonville on Hard Knocks.
Is Steph the biggest? I mean, is Odell the biggest star in the NFL right now?
When I say star, I'm not just lumping in just the playing.
No, I'm talking in general. Like you saying, just the play and everything off the field.
On and off the field.
He might be the biggest star.
I can't think of nobody else.
I can't either. I mean, AB is out there, but AB ain't Odell.
And AB kind of is not out there at this point for the right reasons.
Right. I mean, he got the Pizza Hut. He had that's about national. All he got.
He ain't bigger than Odell. And then the quarterbacks are so cookie cutter.
Yeah.
To a degree, you can't really include them. The running backs, Zeke's entertaining.
Yeah.
But he ain't Odell.
Wow.
Saquon on his team.
Odell is the biggest star in the NFL.
If it's going to be Eli last year, I think it's going to come down to Raiders, 49ers, Giants. I'm hoping it's not us.
If y'all win, when do they announce it? Because if y'all win March, it's happening.
Oh, no, that's a good question. We'll figure that out by next week. That's a good question. All right. Uncle, hey, tell these people where to reach you at on social media. We're going to get up out of here.
At Rike6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
All right, holla at your boy. I'm Diego Barich the Call. Follow me at Diego Barich on Twitter. I may or may not respond. Depends on how I feel that day. Also, check out the AA Sportscast Twitter page, Facebook page, IG page, YouTube channel, Spreaker, iTunes, podcast platform. We on all that. So come shop with us. Come listen to us. Come watch us. Join us. Feel us. Join the family.
Sir.
Shout out to the Urban Arena crew. Shout out to Big Q, JB over there at Team Boy TV. Shout out to Glass
JB need to get on
Brandon.
here with us.
Yeah, he missed the last one. What's up, JB? Glass and Brandon, they get with the sports. Kane and Ice Show, Nicole Monique, Left-Handed, the whole crew. We in here. It's AA Sports, though, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. We're up out of here. Deuces till next week. Y'all be easy. Peace.